Although Rockefeller's story is a fascinating thriller, not many people know it. Rockefeller truly is a classic American entrepreneur. His role in the development of the United States was instrumental. In 1839, Rockefeller was born in upstate New York to an impoverished family. His mother Eliza was very close to him, teaching him her Baptist morals. For this reason, John would tithe 10% of his income to the church from childhood to old age. Because of his absent father, John learned how to support his family on his own. John started his first business before his teenage years, selling candy to local children on the street. Later in life, John decided to become a bookkeeper at the shop Hewitt & Turtle in Cleveland, Ohio. After taking a $107,000 loan, John quit his job and opened his own commission hay, grain, and meat company. In the first year of business, John made $500,000 in sales. After 2 years in business, John started a new business after an oil discovery was found in Titusville, Pennsylvania. Instead of drilling for oil like many other oil rushers were doing, John hired English chemist Samuel Adams to create a refining process. Samuel increased John's profits by 60% by discovering how to extract byproducts that could be resold. Kerosene was now cheap enough for every American to afford. This led to a creation of a nighttime economy emerging in America, where people could still have light after the sun set. 1863, John set up a meeting with the richest man in America, Cornelius Vanderbilt, railroad tycoon. Rockefeller missed his train to meet with Vanderbilt by just 2 minutes. That train went off its rails, off a bridge, and slammed into a valley, burning everybody aboard alive. Rockefeller attributed his survival to the providence of God, making his mission ordained. At his meeting, Rockefeller told Vanderbilt that he would charge more than his competitors are willing to offer, but he would fill all 60 of his trains every day with his oil. Vanderbilt took the deal, but Rockefeller could only fill 30 train cars per day, so he invested everything he had into a refinery, almost leading to his bankruptcy. However, his sacrifice led to success. By 1890, his company was worth $1 trillion. John's personal net worth was 2.5% of the total U.S. gross national product. Suddenly, Standard Oil began to take a dark turn. In 1890, the Sherman Antitrust Act was passed. 1 year later, Standard Oil went on trial, damaging public image. Rockefeller never employed a single public relations person. Public pressure led to a bad image of his company and forced him to act. Rockefeller used his now iconic dime gifting campaign to improve his public image. He transformed himself into a kind old man who gifted out dimes readily. However, this wasn't enough. He was charged with anti-competition practices for decreasing the price of his oil by 80% to strangle out his competition, for owning 90% of the country's oil, and for participating in exclusive backdoor deals with the railroad companies. This forced Standard to break the company into 34 smaller companies, which would become Exxon, Mobil, and Chevron. In a single instant, at the strike of a politician's pen, everything John Rockefeller had ever worked for his entire life, from rags to riches, was crushed before him.